Hello, everybody. I'm pleased to see 47 attendees. I hope you will not be disappointed. I would like to ask in chat if you can say, put something, let's say 1, if you've seen my previous demo, and put 0 if you didn't see previous AcuConnect demo which I made. So I can be at least aware who seen, who didn't see.
I've seen a lot of zeros, so
Zero.
a couple of ones.
Okay, I see only 1 0. Why? Why such a limitation? Okay. Okay, I see only 1 0, so at least one person didn't see it.
Okay. I see most of them, and there's only 2 or 3 ones, and there's a lot of zeros. So, brand new audience.
Okay, nice. So I hope you will not be disappointed by what you will see. And I will show how ChatGPT integration, which my team has built, can help. And functionality piece number 1 is expense claims recognition. So imagine that you have employee who went on, let's say he have to visit the customer and he put some gasoline. So your employee can use mobile Acumatica application to create expense claim, gasoline. And what he needs to do, he needs to attach check here. And I will upload this check. I will show you how it looks like. So this is United Dairy Farmers. This is real check. One of our colleagues, he used to pay with his American Express, and you can notice total is $34.74. And what he bought it unleaded fuel, gallons, this price, 11,067. Take note, it has 3 digits after comma, which, and let's say we have this imported, and we have interesting button import bill. When I click on that, what happens behind the curtains? Our integration sends request to ChatGPT asking it, please recognize this bill. And here you can see quite interesting part. Amount is put as 34.76 and claim total is 34.74. Question, why such a difference? Because we added rounding based, like here we show rounding in amount, but for claim total, for now we have applied policy that you should trust this total, 34.74. And as you can see here, 34.74. So if you want to have expense claims automatically imported and recognized, you may use our integration. And if to speak about precision, precision is around 80 to 90%. It's not 100%, but 80 to 90%, which there are those who like this precision, there are those who doesn't. But basically, that's kind of it. And also want to mention that that integration, it is capable to recognize currency. Right now, you see it has US dollars, but we test-driven it on British pound. It recognizes British pound. We tested it on Ukrainian hryvnia, like I'm Ukrainian, by all means, and we tested it on Canadian dollars. So all the times, currency is recognized 100%. Sometimes issues may be with amount, tax amount, watt calculation, and so on. But overall, this is feature number 1, which we have. So your people or your colleagues or yourself, you can put expense claims and automatically it will be created. Also want to mention that we added logic that, let's say there is no some stock item or non-stock item. We create everything as non-stock item. Then unleaded, it was created on the go. And logic is, let's say another employee will upload the same check from the same company, then this non-stock item will be reused. So that's functionality feature number one. And I would say click on import button. Import bill is much faster than opening this file and trying to enter everything manually. This looks, in my opinion, quite cool. Second one, we have sales. We have nice button on like all generic inquiries with our functionality. They get this nice button, get ChatGPT analysis. I open sales profitability analysis, and let's say I open 1st of January 2024, and we have some amount of records. And we have 663 records, and we have 23 pages of those records. And let me filter them a bit on, or no, I will not filter as of now. Let's say I ask get ChatGPT analysis. And let's imagine that and by the way, you can see here 663 records. This we put also here 663. Like we have this functionality like well before like 800 records, like average number which ChatGPT can analyze. And what kind of people in the company may try to analyze sales profitability analysis? For example, it may be head of sales department. So you can type prompt here, something like I'm head of sales department, and I want to find top, let's say, 3 best salespeople. Give me them. Or let's say not top 3, but let's say top, I don't know, 4, just to be even. And when I click on analyze, what will happen? Let's say I click on analyze, and what happens behind the curtains? All of those rows which are selected here from 1 to 663 is sent to ChatGPT along with this prompt. And what ChatGPT does now, it tells it gives a reply. And as you can see, it says to identify top 4 best salespeople based on provided data, we need to aggregate the sales data by salesperson, blah, blah, blah. And here ChatGPT explains how he comes to conclusion. So here says sum the net sale for each salesperson. So basically it explains which column it takes into account for analysis. Basically this column, net sale, rank salespeople by total sales, and here are 4 best sellers. Steve Charge, total net sale is this amount. Kachin Williams, Jay Parker, Rick Domenico, and even those numbers. My team ran some analysis on those numbers, playing around. I would say what is one of the features of intelligence or intelligent person? Sometimes it is laziness. So the more intelligent person is, the more lazy he may become. But let's say if we speak about correctness of those numbers, quite often they are correct. I mean, like for cases like this, they are correct. For some cases, when you want to have moving average of net sale, then they may be a bit different. But other than that, it may be correct. And again, question to you, let's say you are head of sales director, head of sales department, you want to find those 4 people. How long it will take for you to find those best performers? It will take some time. But with this Copilot, you can look on data and you can quickly get some kind of summary. For example, let's ask another question. Let's say I'm I want to see which products are best sellers. I can tell to ChatGPT, give me top 10 of best sellers of this generic inquiry. Then I click on analyze. Again, the same thing happens. All of those row one by one, they are sent to ChatGPT, and let's see what are best sellers on sales demo, which ChatGPT can find.
Well, at that, we have a question. It says, Karen wants to know if this only works on GI screens.
GI and reports.
Okay. And then there's another question about the accuracy. Since it's powered by ChatGPT, is there any way that your team is enhancing the accuracy, or is it wholly dependent on ChatGPT?
For now, it's wholly dependent on ChatGPT.
Okay. And how does the product secure the data that's sent to ChatGPT?
We utilize HTTPS protocol of Acumatica and HTTPS protocol of ChatGPT.
Okay.
So I would say level of security is the same as you put your credit card one-to-one. And you see here, ChatGPT give best sellers. So let me put it differently. Best selling products. And I will send it on analyze. And I believe we had another question. Or not.
Those were the only three.
Okay.
Oh, now there's one about managing data privacy.
We don't preserve any information on our servers. So basically everything is like everything which is connected to, so basically everything which we take from Acumatica, we send to ChatGPT. We don't use any proxy server in between for storing the data. Yeah, and I hope this answers the question. And you can see now ChatGPT went through the data and it tells 10 best sellers. And you can use it also for segmentation as well. So that's one area. And want to briefly mention that we have dynamic. Let's say I want to analyze on the services West. I will put here services West, and we have only 135 records. When I click on Get ChatGPT Analysis, you see here we have only 135 records. So when I click on Analyze, only this subset will be sent for analysis. Great. Now,
we have a question. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, question was also about which other areas are automated. It is reports, and reports is a bit more cumbersome than generic inquiries, because Acumatica limits possibility to customize screens of reports. But for that purpose, we customized screen of email activity. So let's say you open this report and you now click on button send, and you see this pop-up appear, email activity, and it has button send report to ChatGPT. This button will be active only if we have some report. And let's make it a bit bigger. And let's say I ask ChatGPT, like, I'm warehouse manager, or let's say I'm head of warehousing department. Given this report, tell me action items to improve delivery based on the attached report. And when I click on OK, what will happen? That PDF will be recognized and sent to ChatGPT along with this prompt. Prompt was, again, as was mentioned, prompt, you've seen it, and action items to improve delivery. Well, analyze high volume orders. This is something that I mentioned already. Sometimes ChatGPT may give you, like if you give generic prompt, ChatGPT will give you generic answer, like analyze high volume orders, streamline wholesale deliveries, enhance coordination with key customers, review and improve the delivery routes. I would say pretty garbage report. But let's say I want to use this one, optimize warehouse layout. I copy this and let me close this for now. Click on send again. And I click on send report to ChatGPT. And again, I'm saying I'm a warehouse manager based on sales data, and I'm pasting. Give me suggestions on optimization of warehouse layout. And when I click on OK, let's see what kind of suggestions it will come with.
While we're waiting for that, there's a couple of questions. Are all versions of Acumatica offering this ChatGPT analysis?
Yes, we can give it for all versions.
And then does this work if Acumatica is on-prem and not in the cloud?
Whatever.
Okay.
Doesn't
matter.
Yep. And here we see warehouse layout optimization suggestions. High demand products near shipping area. Based on the sales data, products from Caribbean Secretary Online and Quick Process GmbH have high order quantities. Place those products closer to the shipping area to reduce picking time and increase efficiency. Group similar products together. Products ordered by these companies frequently ordered together. Group these products in the same area to streamline the picking process. I would say this looks for me quite interesting. And honestly, let's say you look through this sales order summary report, how many SQL queries you will need to write in order to notice this regularity. Or implement a fast-moving zone. Create fast-moving zone for products with high turnover rates, such as those from elevation computers and agri-link food. Again, I would need, like, I'm not warehouse manager, I cannot speak so much, but basically looking on these suggestions, use vertical space efficiently, maximize the use for storing bulk items, and so on, or implement dynamic floating system. Honestly speaking, this is the first time in my life when I hear about dynamic floating system. So if I would be a warehouse manager, I would be very new to this. So I would Google what is that.
Exactly.
Yeah. So no matter no matter what kind of profession you have, no matter what kind of position you have, if you want get AI intelligence answers from your reports, your generic inquiries, you can enjoy it. And the final one I want to show you is By the way, before I continue to final one, any questions, comments regarding reports, generic inquiries anymore?
There's one more question about what version of ChatGPT this is using.
I have a very good question, by the way. Thank you for that. We have screen OpenAI model. So basically, as you can see here, those are like, let's say you get our integration with ChatGPT, and let's say tomorrow ChatGPT releases new model. What you need to do, you need come here, enter label of that model. Like I'm not going to do that. And then next step will be, so you edit model, then you go here to OpenAI connection preferences, and you select model which you added, and boom. So all the models which are on OpenAI page, they are available for you.
Perfect.
Next feature which I want to show to you is, vendors. How often you may need to speak with your supplier or with your vendor, and you want to have some kind of answer to him or from him via email. Let's say I'm speaking with a vendor and activities. Let's say I want to create email. And I want to tell him something, let's say, give me a discount. Like I'm not very good like what is usually we want? We want to ask for discount. And here we have prompt, GPT prompt. So here I can say, improve my answer. Improve my request to a customer, to a vendor, and ask for a discount for, let's say, Coca-Cola. Mention that I want to order a lot and regularly. Please use 3 negotiation techniques. I'm just throwing out of my head. Negotiations techniques and make them structured. And I click on button improve answer. Let's see what AI will use, what kind of negotiation techniques. Again, I'm just throwing out of my head. This allows to be creative. And what else? It even may format your data. But let's see how it, okay. So certainly, definitely should be avoiding. And now anchoring. To give you an idea of our commitment, we are looking at ordering approximately specific quantity. I believe a discount would be mutually beneficial. So this technique is named anchoring. Another technique, reciprocity. I don't know what it means. I will need to look on that as well. In return for a favorable discount, we are prepared to offer prompt payment terms. So this is reciprocity. If somebody will write to you something like this, they follow this technique, reciprocity. And another one, scarcity, we are currently evaluating. So this is one area. Another area would be, let's say I want to write something like title / additional information. And now I want info1 dash add 1 info2 add 2. And now I ask, please format this text. Make it as a table. I click on improve answer and a bit of patience. And let's see how ChatGPT will format. I didn't put any meaningful information, but let's say you want to have nice email. You may use ChatGPT for formatting of that data as a table, or even make some kind of text pictures.
Yeah, I never even thought about doing that.
Yeah, well,
I know, I hate doing tables in email.
Yeah, anyway, how do you like it?
That was a lot easier than having to do it yourself.
Yeah, and because quite often, let's say, people do it in Excel spreadsheet or whatever, but yeah, with our Copilot, you can easily make some garbage looking nice. Okay, I will use this one. And final one, I want to show to you a kind of interesting situation, which we have sometime. Open AI, a moment. Yeah. So we had with one company, we had quite interesting use case. Like that company provides software development for their customers. And we have situation when one customer is fine about some requirement, but another customer don't care. For example, one of the customers, he becomes very upset if time log is bigger than 8 hours. But that's only one customer. For another customer, even if time log is 160 hours, they don't care. Now we have possibility to automate that analysis. And let me show to you how it look like. So let's say I will open this invoice. So we have this invoice, a bit of patience. And here you can see we have transaction description, Kindle Fire 8.9. And let's say this specific company, ABC Studios, they, for whatever reason, this customer feels very suspicious about this Kindle Fire 8.9 inches tablet HD, for whatever reason. And we want our managers to, like, each time when they have this Kindle Fire, we want this invoice to get some kind of notification. How we can do this with our Copilot? For this customer, our integration adds logs tab. I may think about better naming, but for now we named it logs. And here it says, if invoice contains Kindle 8.9, consider that as problematic. And let me copy this one. One moment.
We've got 1 minute left.
1 minute left. Okay.
Wow,
so to put simply, with OpenAI analysis, we may have rules for customer specific, and we may have rules for all customers. And when we click on OpenAI analysis, it will be analyzed in single screen, or we have processing screen, Open AI. Yeah. And we can make mass processing. And if some invoice does not correspond rules, it will be put on hold. As easy as this.
Excellent.
Okay. I will be very happy to hear any comments, questions. You're warmly welcome later or now.
Exactly.
Okay, then thank you everybody for your attention.
How do we get more info and pricing?
Message to info@AcuPowerERP.com. Let me I wasn't prepared for this.
That's okay.
question.
I just typed it in the chat box for you. So
Thank you. Yeah. So message on this email, which you see on the screen, and you will hear from our sales guys as soon as possible. But not now because they may be sleeping. They probably...
wonderful.
No, you can write now, but you will hear from them tomorrow.
Thank you so much, everybody.
Okay. Thanks, everybody. Then have a good time.